general things about a Pisces sun sign in regards to romance before we get into the individual signs?
Well, I think anytime we're talking about romance, we're talking about a person's, first of all, fundamentally understanding a person's needs and drives. And Pisces, being a water sign, and being a mutable water sign, what that means is that emotion, intuition, compassion, imagination, these are huge in the world of Pisces.
So I could see this sign being a lot more creative in nature.
It's quite creative.
Okay.
And healing.
Healing's a good word for that too. So a muted water sign.
It's a mutable water sign, meaning that Pisces are able to be very adjustable to their environment and to those around them.
Sounds like a lot of more strong feminine energy to me.
Very feminine sign, actually,
so
in
like
terms of the yin-yang
Yeah.
concept of femininity. So very receptive, very intuitive.
So what about Pisces and a Taurus? So Taurus is Earth, correct?
It's an earth sign.
Okay.
The drives that we'd be looking at for a Taurus sun would be for it's a very sensual sign, and also there is a love of home and hearth, a love of comforts, love of sociability, but likely in a more intimate setting, and security. And I think in those ways, Pisces and Taurus may not only find each other very compatible on the front end, but may be able to sustain a relationship more easily because they tend to be very compatible in terms of their needs and drives.
Gotcha. So they would have a similar understanding of each other's wants, but like you said, maybe on more of like a intimate kind of homebody level in some way, like cozying up by the fire, I picture.
No, I think Pisces, exactly. And Pisces might be a little bit more imaginative than Taurus, but I think that might be very pleasing.
Yeah, I could see that balancing well, because someone as potentially grounded as a Taurus could use a little bit of that imaginative, creative fun, I would think.
I think it would be a good pairing.
Yeah, sounds like it. I always like to talk about a very good point that you bring up, that we shouldn't put all of our stock and thoughts into the sun sign compatibility, because like you mentioned, there's a lot more to it.
That's right. Well, so perhaps when we're talking about Pisces, we can be open to the thought of Pisces sun. But if you happen to know that you're a Pisces moon or a Pisces ascendant, some of this information may relate, and vice versa. If you know that your partner or friend shares ascendant or moon sign with some of the other signs that we're discussing, maybe that will help us to see that it's not just sun sign compatibility we're looking at the rising sign, attitude, and the way others perceive us and receive us, and the moon sign, our soul, and certainly Venus and Mars come in to play anytime we're talking about attracting relationships and the fire and passion of relationships.
Right, because to a true astrologer like you, now that I've witnessed a complete astrological chart, there really is so much more happening than just your traditional sun sign. So we want you to keep that in mind when we're talking about compatibility, referring to sun sign compatibility. And as we've said before, remember to love yourself first before you go trying to love anyone else, because then no matter what your sign is, it makes it a lot easier. And thanks for watching.
Bye-bye. Thank you.